Hello, hello everyone. It's Monday. Hey, Mr. Chaos and Marath. Yes. Happy new trading week. It feels like everybody's so happy to be back, right? And it's like a new week. I feel the same. Yeah, I had a wonderful weekend. Wonderful, wonderful one always. But I'm always happy when the week starts again. Um, so did a lot of not back testing, but journaling and going over some things because I was really curious what I missed. Because at some point, when I got really busy, I start just, it just impacts sometimes your view. So I really had to get back and reverse engineer a couple of things. But yeah, I love doing that. So for me, and besides that, seeing some friends and blah, blah, blah. How about you guys? Did you do anything nice? Yeah. So, so sometimes I start the stream a little bit later because either that's because I've got Asia students that this is their only time that they can do, so I just start a little bit later. But yeah, so that will be the only adjustment sometimes. But besides that, we're still before London Open. It's 2:48. Let's get into it straight away because I haven't done a deep. But where is my thing here? Okay. There we go. I need to switch off the. How did you guys do last week? How was your Friday? I mean, Friday was a nice TGIF though. It was a beautiful TGIF. I did not trade it because I was back late and I just couldn't. It's just um. Now what did I mark here? Hello, Chichi. She's like, oh my God, she's starting. I've got to ruin her setup now. It's already the new 4 hour is already here. I'm gonna get rid of all these lines. We don't need that so much. I am going to change this show and walk. And walk 1 day. I want all of them. 20 above and beyond. Yeah. Okay, that's it. That's good enough. I'm gonna leave it as it is, and the same here. Switch. We don't need the weekly range anymore because the week is done. We're starting a new week. Not until Thursday. Well, before we know it's already Thursday anyway. It goes so fast, right? Yeah. 1 hour. I want both on the 4 hour for now. Let me see what we are doing. Just went on a walk on the weekend, nothing crazy. No, I was sick. Sounds like you had a great weekend. Oh, you were sick as well. Method was also not right. I was actually, in all honesty, I was coughing a little bit as well this weekend. And I was like, actually on Saturday, I met a friend and I said, I'm going home. After I got home, I just wanted to watch a movie because I was a little bit tired and coughing. And I got rid of it on Sunday. But I was like, oh, I'm getting sick. I did not get sick, but I was feeling also a little bit like, just not 100%. But so I took a really nice day off after meeting some friends on Saturday. Okay, well, so beautifully TGIF Friday, and we went into it. Just a lot of the time Friday it just hangs out in this opening range gap, and it used these levels perfectly, and it just went to exactly I believe 35% of the TGIF. So I already said to one of my students, yeah, I mean it's still a 600-point move it made, but I said we're limited on Friday. It's not going to go higher. So we just watched a little bit. I didn't trade it myself, but it was a beautiful move. I missed it here during pre-market prep. And then I was like, you know what, it's okay. But yeah, it was beautiful to move, beautiful to watch. It was a beautiful TGIF, honestly. Mm. I didn't trade it myself. So, sometimes on Friday you're just tired or you're just not seeing it because, it's the end of the week. Been busy, but levels were really, really respected. It was actually a very, very beautiful trade. Anyone else? Did anyone trade at the long? Yeah, walking outside is so nice, guys. I mean, people underestimate, it's just how important just a walk can be when you are just to recharge. For me, is when I go to the beach. I do a little bit of walking. We've got whales now here, so I really want to go to the beach to see the whales. They're migrating back higher. So yeah, it's a nice time to go to the beach and see the whales. I mean, you have to sit a little bit higher and use your binoculars, obviously. But sometimes they come really close to the shore, which is not really a good thing. But I walked to Cherry Tree Lane and ate my way through it. Oh, you did? Oh, I love Cherry Tree. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. I don't know. If I'm looking at the market, I'm wondering if we're again stuck in consolidation for a while. I don't know. There's a lower time frame breaker. I'm see if it goes to it, but I don't know. I'm thinking we're stuck again. It is 2:53. Let's see what London Open brings. Yeah, Mareth, are you feeling better? Is Mether, are you in? Is Mether better? Mether was also not well last week. You know, apparently there is a virus, something going on, not only in Europe, but also in Australia and also here. And some people are really, really sick. They're coughing. And my friend, she told me that her husband, apparently when they were traveling to Australia, they caught up with something. And they says, well, it's, I think it's a new virus. It's not COVID, but it has to do with the respiratory system. And I was like, okay, well, I also, since I moved here, I haven't had any issues with my respiratory system, so to speak, because I used to be very asthmatic in the Netherlands. I'm not anymore, but I'm sort of like, I'm feeling a little bit here. Hey, Select, how are you? You know, that's funny. We have Take a Lot here, and I want to say Take a Lot, but Select a Lot. Select a Select Teot. I'm going to call you Select. But anyway, let's watch. I'm thinking we're just going to go lower once we are ready to go. We could go a little bit higher, but if I'm looking, just go into this wick here on ES, and I believe, I don't know, on MNQ I would say we're done to the upside, but I think I need a little bit more data. I do see also some levels to the upside, but I'm wondering if it wants to go there now. Go here first and then go higher. So it looks a bit tricky to me. Select. Have you changed your name? I think you must have changed your name a little bit. Were you a long time ago here? I think you must have changed something then. I do recognize Select a little bit. Oh, let's see. What can we expect? Oh, I don't know. I don't think. Oh yeah, we already went over the news last weekend. We don't have a lot of news until a long time. I need to update the news calendar as well on the Discord. Let me just double check again if nothing is popping in. No, nothing today except on Canadian. We do have 10 a.m. A yellow folder, CB leading index. I haven't. Now tomorrow in London might be interested because sometimes there is this claimant count change. It's a red folder news in London at 2 a.m. Eastern. Sometimes I believe that gives a nice reaction, so that might be already, might maybe start the stream even earlier. Do I have anything in the morning? No student? No, I think I can do that. I'll change the time to a little bit earlier. So that might be, there might be a little bit more, nothing in USD. We already went over it. We have no news, but there is a lot of news in GBP. So who knows? London might give a nice, might be a little bit more interesting tomorrow this week. Not, maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not cursed with continuously consolidation. Hey, Select, yeah, I was one of the OGs when the YouTube was at 200 subs. Oh my God, that is so awesome. But Select, did you change your name a little bit? It's so funny that a lot of those OGs are still here. Literally, um, yeah, it was actually an amazing time around that time. Just really, it was such a already solid group very from the very first start. It's so nice. I love to hear from you guys. But I think didn't you change your name a bit? Because I think there's something different. But anyway, hey Priya, how are you doing? I think I drove your son mad there with this session this morning. I gave a lot of information, but you might be able to help him, by the way. Well, I'm still in the Discord. Well, happy that you're still around. Yeah, yeah. It's always nice when I see the OGs again. It's so special. Yeah. Where are you based, Select? He said he enjoyed learning a lot of new concepts. He's gonna be busy this week. I'm telling you. It's gonna up a notch now. So. Hmm. Anyway, be ready to help him. Just say. Oh. Okie dokie. Well, still, it's almost 3 o'clock. I'm gonna go to the 1 minute now. Here we go. See, my voice is my voice is breaking up, so I think I'm having some issues with my voice. So I might get sick too. Who knows? Oh, look at this. Ugh. Yeah, I'm not too. Mm, 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 mm. Let me put on my paper trading. Open my account. I haven't opened up anything yet. Oh, you're in Qatar. Oh yeah, I think I remember. I think I remember a Qatari. I think I don't have many Qataris here though. I don't think I have many Qataris. I think maybe you're the only one. And yeah, well, we don't have that many people here, but I think you're the only Qatari. Well, all over the world we're represented. Let's have a look at the higher time frame, guys. I just want to have a look at what time of the month is it? What time of the month? It's something that's not really important. Let's have a look at the monthly candle. mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So the monthly, we are bearish now. We already gone lower than 50% of the wick. Let's go to the weekly. Obviously we have a new, see, this is not very bullish, guys. This is very bearish. We might go a little bit higher, but then again, it looks very bearish to me in the sense of either I'm more accumulation or bearish than anything else. So any move to the upside, I would rather let go. Let me just mark this and see how we are into this wick. There's no point for it to really, it could dig a little bit deeper, but we already have a market, we have a monthly, weekly market structure shifts, right? So you have to be aware of that. See, we are below 50% of the wick already. So let's see if the body gets over this level. Yeah, I think I think the upside is very I think it's just I don't know. Either we need to go to an objective and be done. I don't think the algorithm is really done to the downside. If I look at this, it feels like I think it wants to go low or just accumulate here a little bit. But then again, I could be totally wrong. See, we hit the N walk. We've got volume imbalances below. Maybe an OB, another volume imbalance. I also noticed, I don't know if you guys noticed how we left the it created a low on the 15-minute, but I don't know if you guys noticed what they left behind. Who noticed what the low here? We didn't take our previous week low. And look how this is. This doesn't look for me like we're really done. So yeah, I'm just gonna watch this. See if it comes down. I want to watch this area. How we're gonna react here. Yeah, but they don't have to go to Asia high. They can leave Asia high for days or weeks, or the low. This doesn't look like a bullish chart to me. If it does go up a little bit higher, I would rather let it go and see how far high it wants to go into, and then just see, we already swept liquidity here at 0.50. We already went higher here. We rejected in this rejection block here. It's sort of rejecting here at the moment. I don't know. Let's have a watch. Let's have a look. For me, I'm just looking at overall at the structure, and we hit the N walk. We're already in this wick. Well, let's have a look. I mean, it could go higher into this wick, but we'll see. I just think it's not done yet to go lower, but we'll see. I'm not gonna. It looks a little bit bullish though now here. This looks like engineered liquidity to be taken out though, in all fairness. So, but then again, you've got your accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Well, we left a high here. We left this high though. Is it 830 high? No, this is a 2020 50 high. Okay, when it's like this, I go one time frame higher because it's a little bit too barcoding for me to get clarity. Now the 3-minute gives me a little bit more perspective, right? Okay, let's see, what are we doing? We didn't take out Asia low yet. So I guess we opened up at 6 o'clock. We're just literally in a range. Let's say we opened up. Yeah, I guess Asia is just really the range we're still in. I'm going to grade this area and see what are we doing. I think we're below 50% of the range, obviously. It's going to go. Where to open? What are the open price exactly? Open price is here. I'm using the 6 o'clock. It's the same as the. Just gonna use this as a range, the open until the range. So it's sort of like I can see we already touching here. Oh, yeah, I think we're bearish because we are so low. I think we have to be bearish until we are maybe hit the Asia low in here, and then maybe we go back up if we want to use this range for today for now. Let's see. So sometimes when you have a high in Asia high, and they want to have a range bound day, they attack one side and then go back to the other, right? That's sometimes the easiest way if there's no continuation. But the question is, the high is, okay, well, we could go a little bit. I mean, if it just wants to, this is the daily, we could easily, I can see we can go back up and not really go that much higher. Do we have a breaker here? We sort of. I don't trust it. Okay, let's see if we can get over this line here. 4 hour. Do we have any accumulation on the other side? Pum pum pum. I 3. What was it? 9 minutes. I'm gonna do a poll, guys. I'm gonna do a poll. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Start a poll. Remaining session. You know the options. It's the same, and I'm going to. Unfortunately, I'm going to add the accumulation. We have to stay positive with accumulation because if we have accumulation, it will give us a nice trade in pre-market or in New York. Bullish. And most of you guys also trade in New York, right? Or pre-market. Accumulation. Okay, let's go. So no news today. You know, when there's no news Mondays, I do want to have all my NWOGs and NDOGs on because sometimes it just navigates between those levels. So I'm going to change that on MNQ. And I'm going to watch I want to go to the IPTA levels as well. Another look. Above and beyond all. Yes, I just want to see all because I want to see the areas that might be used. Okay, so it's always important when you have like an event horizon, once you're below it, it wants to go to the next envelope. You can see we reached it already, so there is a potential that it could go up. But if it starts going lower than this one, then this one might be in play, right? It's quite a bit lower, but if it starts going higher and above here, then we'll go back to this one. Now let me switch off the N dogs for now because we're on Monday. On Mondays I try to just focus on the N wogs and I leave the N dogs off because I noticed that in my journaling, not always the N wogs are sufficient. So I just have less data. I'm just going to switch them off for now. I'm just going to focus only on N wogs because it's a new week opening gap, right? So only we have a new one this week. Opened here. We already went. You can see here we went away from it and we have retested it already twice. Now the question is, look at they're creating liquidity. So it looks to me like it wants to go. It looks more to me that it wants to go lower than. If I look at this structure, it looks more bearish than bullish to me. But we'll see. Then this wick will be in play for me. Yeah, I think I'm more bearish than bullish. But we're below 50%. We are already creating liquidity. We have a market structure shift here, but we also have to be careful. You always have to be careful in consolidation. It could all be fake. Or don't give it too much value sometimes. 1 hour volume imbalance here. Yeah, I don't think the body. I don't think there will be a body above this level anymore. I think I'm going to paper trade a short from here. What time is it? 3:15. I'm going to paper trade because I like the volume imbalance here. Yes. TP trade here. Let's see. I'm just paper trading, guys. I haven't. I'm a little bit rusty still. Not yet anything. And there will be. I already mentioned it a couple of times. From the 1st of August, there will be some changes on the channel. Okay, I'm gonna go to the 1 minute now. Oh, I don't like this though. I think I'm too early for my short. I think I'm getting out of my short. Yeah, I'm getting out of my short. See, always go to the lower time frame. I'm gonna wait. My higher time frames. I don't like the structure here, and we do have bullish. I need to see this disrespected. I am bearish though, but could go a little bit higher, but don't want it to go higher than 50%. We do have a doji, not a doji, but see how spotty it is. I would say this is a bullish structure, but I don't know how far it will give us. Maybe just up to here. Let's see if we can get over this line. Let's see. Check. What are you guys saying? 60% bullish, 2020 bearish accumulation. Here we go. Well, let's see if it rejects the 3 o'clock or it goes lower. Yeah. I got out. I chickened out. Yeah. What time is it? 3:18. Let's see if it just wants to balance like this and go lower, or I think it's gonna go lower. I think it's gonna take out this. It's not bullish. Yeah. Okay, I have to wait for a new entry because let's give it some time. So we went into a 1 hour fair value gap, and now, yeah. You see on the 4 hour, it's just a lot of wick, so that means I can see it go a little bit higher into this wick. But it's not going to be a nice, it's just, a wick is a large gap, so it's just going to balance out and balance. It's going to be choppy. It's not my favorite cup of tea. Yeah, this bearish, I think. Let's see if we are rejecting it here. Okay, yeah, bearish. 323. I'm watching this area. It wants to go above this because I wonder if we can make it all the way to here again. But then again, when it's accumulating, you can go back and forth, so it could go back. But if this is ready to go lower, it should not go higher than 50% of this wick. Let's see. I like this area for a short actually. I hope this is actually a really nice area for a short because we get a 15-minute inversion. Let's see if this inversion holds. I really like this entry for a short, but it's a little bit strong to me now. Show you what I'm looking at. What was I looking at? Yeah, this area here. Technically, it's very not the whole area. It's just market body. So I want this to fail technically, hopefully. But then again, we still have this. We have this. If we go over this, I think we can go take this and go higher. If we go lower, we go to this and otherwise we go back. It's either here or here. Simple as that. Okay, bullish now. Okay, let's see. I'm still not interested in, I'm more interested in a short than a long, to be honest. But, Let's see, we can go to 8. We're just in a range, and for me, it's not really directional. It's just going back and forth in the range. It's not. It doesn't. I really want to see either break one of the two sides and show direction, because it can stop anywhere in this range and go back lower. um, I'm not interested in this. I would rather. I think I'm more interested. I would rather see go back lower, take Asia low, maybe get back higher again. Um, this is. I really like this entry for this area. Three 3:30 almost. Let's see. 3:30. Yeah, me too, Mr. Chaos. I'm okay. Totally let this go. Just see what it does. Does it want to go for the Asia high, or is it just going to go for midnight and go back into consolidation? Because it can go both ways, right? We've got liquidity on both sides. We're sort of like in the range, but this is sort of like a bullish structure. But then again, and also it I would rather just wait. It's okay if it moves. I don't really feel any FOMO. JOMO, joy of missing out, I guess. Um, I just don't want to be stuck in consolidation. Exactly. I also want to have just more confirmation. And if it takes a little bit more time, it's Monday, start of the week. Um, let's have a look again at the monthly and the weekly, where we're at. Look, we shouldn't be expecting like a really, really very bullish, bullish, bullish all the way up, but we could go higher into this week, right? We are above 50% of this one, but the question is, it's a weekly candle, so where's the body closure? Let's go to the hourly. So this is the opening range gap of Friday. So we hit exactly 75%. Let's see, maybe it wants to fill the full gap and maybe go a little bit higher, or are we going to stay within this range and just futz around here? I do not want to get stuck in consolidation. I would rather watch, I don't mind watching consolidation. I just don't want to trade it. A lot of the times when you have clear consolidation and when it defines the full Asia range, a lot of the times it takes one area and then it goes lower to the other. I just want to see if that is going to be the case today. Those are the easiest trades. You just have you wait for one area to be attacked and you go to the opposite side. But if it wants to go higher, it's also possible, of course. Let me add my standard deviations. 2.5, 3. I want 4 as well. Oh, wait, we've got everything. 2.5 here. Where's my 2? There we go. -2 as well. 1.5. Yeah. If we go here, we're going to fill the gap, I guess. There is a possibility because it matches with the open range gap. And 1.5. It's also a good way to fool people that the long is already there. People go long and then they get stopped out because we're still in a range. We've been in the range literally since 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock. Well, let's hope we break out of it. At 4 o'clock. I think at 4 o'clock, 4:10, we might get the move. 6, 8, 10. 2:15, 4:10. Yeah, let's say 10 past 4. I think 10 past 4, maybe. Let's see. I need to go to the bathroom break. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I always try to avoid these kind of trades. I would rather wait Now it's still 100-point move though. It's still not bad, to be honest. But like if you would have traded from, let's say you use 3 o'clock till midnight, it's still a valid model. I mean, it's still a valid trade. 3 o'clock, which means we don't go below 3 o'clock. There is engineered liquidity here, and midnight was here. So if you had confidence in the upside, that's still a valid trade, and it still gives enough. For me, it's enough points. So it could have been a trade. So it's not a small trade. It's 92 points. So, but then again, yeah, I just don't like the structure too much. I hate trading in ranges. I just don't like it. But for London, I think it should be just, I mean, I don't want to say it's a short, it's still a large trade, 90 points. And it's still valid. It's still, logically wise. But then again, if you look, okay, what are you retesting? This is still a valid retest. Balance out an imbalance. We've got structure. We've got a breaker. I mean, the structure is there, in all honesty. I did see it, but I would rather just wait. But the structure is there. I need to start pushing the button just for smaller trades. See the breaker, retest, beautiful 320, boom. So everything is valid. Priya, this is first actually. He needs to start trading this. But the thing that makes it a little bit more is that you have a lot of retest within this area. That just makes it a little, but it's still valid. It's typical for in a range, but it's still, everything is logically wise still there. And we go to the 3-minute, you'll see it more clear. Let's go to the 9-minute. I think it's a 9-minute breaker as well. $320. Now we know it didn't take a high time frame figure raise, so we know this move is short. It's not going to be sustainable in the sense of going much higher. There is going to be, I think it's going to stop somewhere and go lower again. Take out this. It's a rejection block though. Rejection. Okay, let's see now. Is this maybe a short? Let me see. I still favor the shorts though. The only thing that bothers me is that Asia high is above us. I don't think we have a. Is a trade? Am I willing to take the trade? Let's see where we go. Let's see where we're at about the 350 macro. Yeah, I didn't want to enter. It was more consolidated. Yeah, and I'm bearish too, so look for stuff. Yeah, sometimes you just wait. It's okay. If you just don't see it and there's a run, it's just let the run go and you just watch. Sometimes it's also just, when you don't feel 100% comfortable. The better trade always comes later on. You'll see, and if you get more patient and don't feel any, oh my god, there's a run, I need to take it. And sometimes you just, either you're too late or you just don't see it. And you'll see, you start noticing that your gut feeling always tells you, and most important is you journal it afterwards. Okay, what did I miss? Could I have taken it? Why wasn't I comfortable? When you journal it, right, for example, okay, why wasn't I comfortable? It gives you a lot of information. a lot of the times when even there's a large move and I'm sort of like letting it go, in hindsight, it's the manipulation move from AMD. And sometimes those moves are pretty large. They can be 200-300 point trades, but I'm like, yeah, I just don't feel comfortable. And a lot of the times I'm like, oh, in hindsight, because sometimes I just don't know why I don't feel comfortable taking the trade. And then I go journal it, and I'm like, okay, this was the manipulation, and the distribution came afterwards, so it gave me a better trade either in pre-market or at New York session. But at that moment, I'm not able to put my finger on oh shit, it's that move or that move. And then, so I'm starting to trust that feeling. And even though I have to miss sometimes a move, and sometimes you miss good moves, simple as that. But there's always another one coming. There's always another one. And then I just hope someone in the chat gets it. Who took that long, guys? Anyone took the long? You know, some people, if they, you know, maybe I'm looking for larger trades, so I'm sort of like, okay, well, maybe, you know, it's a double-edged sword sometimes if you have a lot of rules. But if you just aim for specific shorter levels, people can easily have traded you know, from 3 o'clock to another level that they are using, you know, so it's easy for them. They have like maybe already 3 20-point trades if they have a different trading style. So yeah, it just depends on you. But I do want to look for during London. I just noticed that I do have to go for shorter trades to be able to. So I am going to focus on that a little bit. But it's hard for me because I'm so wired to those trades that give me 150-point trades, and I want to be sure of it that I get those. And right now I'm not, because I was like, okay, we've got. I wasn't sure. So, and the moment it starts running, I'm already, you know, I'm halfway, and I'm like, yeah, right now it's just, but, you know, it's 346. I do think that 315 macro will give us the run outside and go to Asia high. Am I going to take it? I don't think so. I'm just going to let it. So I'm already thinking like, okay, if it wants to go higher, okay, if I already missed this move and, you know, higher time frame, I just want to try to trade as much with the trend as possible. Like, okay, the monthly looks bearish to me. The weekly looks bearish to me. So if we're forming the daily candle, we are forming maybe the wick to the upside and then go lower. Now let's pay attention here, guys, if the short is coming or not, because I wonder if this is the area where we're going to go short of, or where it wants to go short of. It's 347. I feel like I'm a little bit slow today. I'm not there yet. I've got a little bit, my throat is sort of like irritating me. I might also be struck with a bug. I feel like I'm coughing all the time. Okay, let's see. Where did we go into? We went into a fair value gap. The question is, are we going to take the high or see? This is the tricky part. Like, okay, there are people going to be long in for Asia high, but the question is it done to the upside? Does it want to go lower? Let's see. Yeah. Can ES give us any information? ES could also go a little bit higher, but we could be done here when this week. Yeah, I really like this level for a short, so. I'm just gonna give the macro a few more minutes because we could also just go into this fair value and go higher. Let's give it some minutes. And then maybe the short will be about 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock maybe. And maybe it wants to go higher, higher, and go slowly up. I don't see any 4-hour break. See the 1 hour here. Do have a break stretch. Actually, do a little bit. 113. Might we want to go to this level 120? 120. 351. See, this is the 9 minutes. We've got liquidity to the upside, but as we are in, we have the same structure to the downside almost. So the question is, does it want to take out Asia high? Or are we going to go lower in this macro? Let me go to a weirder time. This is a 60-minute. Rejection, 90 minutes. Wicks. This is always very hard when you have a lot of wicks here. 30 minutes. It's a little bit low probability to me. Okay, let's see. I want to see 4 o'clock print. Are we getting bearish price action? I do think it wants to go one leg high. Take out that, not everything, but just one more leg higher, 970-ish. That's cannot enter a short or long. 970. Yeah, 970 is Asia high, so I do think we're gonna go. Yeah, I do think it wants to go for A. What do you guys think? It looks bearish though. Yes, exactly. See how spotty it's becoming? This looks, yeah, 954. If I see this, like printing like this, I'm not interested. Very spotty, right? Leaving all these gaps. You might go lower, just leaving all these below balance. 970. What did I say? 970. That's actually still a good trade there. Let's see how 4 o'clock prints. If it goes lower and then 4 o'clock might go back higher, it might be a nice trade though to overrun. Let's see what it does. Let's see if it goes back to this area here. I wonder if the low, yeah, I think I'm going to paper trade this. With the low, I'm going to use this low, taking a little bit high, lower here, and I'm going to target, let's see. I'm going to target this area. I think it's I think after 4 o'clock we will break out. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I just give it a little bit more room if it does wants to, because we still have 4 more minutes. Let's see if the 4 o'clock wants to manipulate a little bit lower, or we're just going to take out the. Okay, let's see. It needs to push. It's gonna go. I gave it some room because you can see this. There's a gap here. There's a volume imbalance. So I'm wondering if it wants to go lower and go into this volume imbalance before going back up at 4 o'clock. If not, we'll see. Okay, let's see what the 4 o'clock does. Okay, I want to see the 1 minute candle, maybe even the 30 seconds. I'm going to go very low. See, this is, I don't like this at all. This is a 30-second chart, but it's already telling me like, ugh, it might go lower, so I'm putting my stop a little bit lower just to give it some breathing room. But we're above midnight. We're above 3 o'clock. Let's see. We print 4 o'clock and stay above it, hopefully, very quickly. Go up. That's what I want to see. That's exactly, but I don't want it to go lower. I want this little wick, boom. There we go. Now I can position myself to here. It might be a little bit tricky, but I don't want to be. I just want it to run fast. That's what I want to see now. It's my very quick run now. Just I don't like this, but I just want to get the trade A as soon. Just done. Go on to the TP. Just take out the liquidity, please. Just be done. And I don't win until 5. Let's see, we got a gap here, so it might be 10 past. Let's see. So I have to run now. Just 4 o'clock manipulation, boom, go. Come on, you can do it. Just finish your job. It's time to do it. I'm going to bring it to break even. If it stops me out, I'll re-enter again if it goes lower. So I don't have a losing trade. I'm going to do that. Because if it goes lower than this, I think it wants to go here, maybe even lower. So I'm just going to take a... I would rather be stopped out in profit. It either goes to my TP or it stops me out in profit. Now I'll reassess. Maybe it wants to go low, higher later on. So simple as that. I would rather wait. Yeah. It either goes or I'll be stopped out in profit. Or just let's call it, I think 13 ticks I call break even, because if you have your own, if you're on your own live account and you have your own commissions, it pays for your commissions, right? But on the 30 seconds, I'm assuming it's using, and if it does not, it's really low probability it's going to fill this structure. For those who trade order blocks know what I mean. Come on, do some boom boom to the upside now. I like this structure though. It's a nice structure. It's very spotty though, but come on, just go. I would almost say this is a mini AMD, a micro on micro level on the 30 seconds. AMD. My trade should actually be below the breaker. Could wick a little bit lower. Yeah. Yeah, my stop can be just below this. Just invalidates the trade anyway. There we go. I think it's good to go, but it's so tricky. I think 10 past it will run. It's nasty price, but it's still respecting the levels. The mid line is very important, and it's still respecting it. So as long as it stays above this line, it's okay. So technically, I should bring my stop over there, but then I'm giving it a little bit more room. For wicking and stuff like that. But technically, the midline is just the moment I have a body closure below that midline, I think the trade is over. There we go. Yeah. There we go. So simple as that. Yeah. Predictable. When you see this spottiness, you just wait. I mean, there's nothing really. I mean, um, let it go lower. Sort this bullshit out. When oh my god, such a bad weather. Look at the weather, guys. It's so gray. I wanted to have the go to the. No, road futures. This is a very low probability area for me anyway. I'm not interested in trading. I don't trade areas of higher time frame consolidation. When we're going back and forth wicks, I don't put my money on the line. I just wait for certain levels to hit. I'm not interested in a trade. I do try things to see what it's doing, is time working out, just to learn, and I put on a paper trade. But I'm not interested. If you see higher time consolidation, I'm most likely not in it. This is for me just low probability. If I need to go to 30 seconds as well, it's very spotty. I'm just not interested. So you should know that by now. I would rather let it go to a higher time frame level, and then maybe we have a better short. Or if it's really bullish for some reason and we start disrespecting bearish PUAs, I might switch. But from now, right now, I'm like, okay, well, we still haven't taken Asia high. I still think it might be in the cards though, but we also didn't take Asia lows. Hey Lance, how are you doing? Did you manage to get your did you manage to buy your wedding attire? Are you done with your shopping for your Greek wedding? Or you still do you still have to buy stuff? And here we go back into a Guys, I am cursed. I'm really cursed. Every time in London, I just get stuck in consolidation for some reason. And I miss then this move, but it just, I can see the move, but it just doesn't, I'm just too late for it then. And I just don't like it. But yeah, so this was the move after London: accumulation, manipulation, distribution. What time is it now? 10, or maybe now is the time to get in the trade. Did we sort out this? Not yet. Well, let's wait. I mean, it's 10 past. I really want to see if price can go back into this gap here. And then I might be interested in a long. It's going now. This very easy price action, you get caught up and you get chopped up. Either you go long and then you go short, and then you go long and then you go short. Yeah. Easy to get chopped up. You see, it's just, we've got these candles back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, I think on ES, this level might be very important here because that's also the midpoint of that wick. I'm on the 4 on the 1 hour, 4 hours here, yeah. So I guess this is NQ. Don't feel FOMO when you see one of those large candles, guys. It's just, you get in, then you feel FOMO, you chase, and then it goes the same way back again, lower. Don't feel any FOMO. I mean, I felt FOMO with these candles, and I will get in, and I was slapped around like on both sides. Then, yeah, you think, oh my god, it's going high, and now it's going, and then it just, it doesn't go, and it goes back, and you think you're finally, because you just want to take the move, but it's just back and forth price action. See, it's leaving, you see this little gap here. It's leaving all these little gaps behind continuously. So that means it needs to sort out. It's telling you, I'm not ready to move higher. It's leaving imbalances continuously. No, income has me living and trading in scarcity. I have a few options for income, but with two is very last resort. You're the clothes and sandals, but I want shoes that cost a bit. I'm in denial, but I don't want to buy something that I'll never wear. No, yeah, you should not buy anything that you will never wear. That's a waste. And I try to combine. I mean, shoes. I don't know if you have a. Shoes are important though because you can have a very nice suit, but if your shoes are not, they look cheap. It's sort of like it ruins the whole outfit, right? That's what we say. Shoes finish the job, but you don't want to spend money on something that you're never going to wear again. So, but isn't it like going to a warm country when there's a warm, it makes things a little bit easier because it's sort of like more casual can be very nice and still look very dressed, casual dress, which you can use in the US maybe or anywhere else. But yeah, I mean, it's a waste of money to spend something on something that you're not going to wear anymore. I totally agree. Can't you borrow from someone shoes from a friend or family member? If that suits that. That would be maybe a. Yeah, you don't want to spend money on shoes that you never wear. So yeah, maybe try to borrow some. I mean, I don't know if you. Yeah, traveling and marriages abroad cost a lot of money because you need to spend a lot of money. I mean, it adds up. Your clothing, the traveling, presents. Then you need some money for there. It adds up very quickly. It's not a cheap hobby. Um, traveling nowadays got really expensive. Everything even if you already put your hands out outside the window, it costs money nowadays. Oh, road futures, you're waiting for EU buy? No, it's not nothing silly liking shoes. We always say it's a women's birthright, but I guess men like shoes too, so it's also a men's birthright to like shoes. Like we said, shoes finish like you can have a really fancy shoe, but if your shoes are, like say you've spent a lot of money on an expensive suit and or you're very well dressed, and then you have cheap shoes that don't match. It sort of like takes down the whole, everything that you are wearing. So shoes really are very important, actually. Man, this price action. We have to be patient, yes. Yeah, yacht low, but I think you can wear yacht loafers with a sort of casual dress. I mean, there's sort of like there's an in between. I think you can manage. But yeah, shoes are important, unfortunately, and they cost a lot. So we have in South Africa we have Woolworths. It's Australian and it's more expensive store. But I discovered something that is really, really very advantageous for me because I'm not that. For some reason, people think I'm tall, but I'm not. I'm actually quite. I'm not tall at all. So I have children's size. So I was shopping and I went to Woolies. We call it Woolies here. And I go to the food court. They have like it's just a little bit more, imported brands, but also it's just some things I can't get in the normal supermarket. I get there. For example, my Beyond Meat stuff and or, some other things. So, but there's also a clothing area, and it's technically a little bit more expensive than other stores. But I was, in the Netherlands, I used to buy children clothes because, most of the adult pants are all too long for me. So I was like, well, let me have a look again at the children's size. And I actually, I'm a children's size 12. So this is also from there. But also I bought a new pair of jeans, skinny jeans. Because normally if I buy the adult ones, they're for too long, right? It looks silly when you have skinny jeans and then they go all the way. You have to roll it up, and so I bought like a couple of things, jogging pants, and everything is about around size 12, 13, depending on. I think the skinny jeans, because obviously you have a little bit more, I guess, on the hips a little bit. Let's say when you get older. But yeah, size 13 for my skinny jeans, and the rest is size, like a kid size 12. And that was really cheap. I was like, oh my God, look at the jeans. I think the jeans was, and I said, is it not sale? No, it's not on sale. I said, how much is it? I love sale. I'm like, she says, oh, it's just, I think she said, it was 18 bucks, $18 or something. I said, what? Really cool jeans. And she said, no, this is just normal price. Normally you would pay 3 times as much for the adult size there at Woolies. So I'm like, okay, well, that's pretty cool. Woolies are the best, but very price. Yeah, well, but for children's size, not. So I paid like 300 rand. I think it's 290 or something for the jeans. And it's high quality jeans. This one also was not much, but it's also children's size. Also, I paid like for 700 bucks, 700 rand. No, not 700 bucks. 700 rand. That's 50 bucks for this one, skinny jeans, and then very fancy jogging pants. Just very comfortable jogging pants. So I don't think it's a lot for those 3 pieces to be, and it's high quality, right? It's high. This is also, it's very good quality. It's very soft. It has a little, it's very like, I've got this little. So I was very happy that I'm like, okay, I found my new. Now I know where I can buy my clothing, and it's like 1/3 of the price of for the adults. So I'm like, okay, I'll just buy my. Oh, Christian Louboutin shoes were first. Okay, Lance, let's make a deal. When you are making money on your trading, then you can buy your Christian Louboutins. Not before that. You have to trigger. You have to put yourself on. You have to be strict for yourself. Louboutins, yes, but then you have to make the money with trading. How about that? Well, if you're talking about Louboutin, they're not. They are just more than just expensive. They are very pricey. You pay a lot. You just pay for the brand, right? It's just. But they're not. I mean, they're very. I thought women only like Louboutins, but you also have the red sole. I used to have all those shoes in the Netherlands when I was working, but I don't. I mean, I just literally. This is what these are my shoes nowadays. This is what I live on. Just this winter, summer. That's all I wear nowadays. And I've got all colors. I just wear flip flops, and I do have sneakers when I go into the bush and go to the gym. But I don't want to close. I don't want closed shoes anymore. My feet want to be open. They don't want to be. They don't be wrapped up anymore. So I'm saving a lot of money on shoes nowadays. I don't spend a lot of money on these things anymore because I just live on flip flops or sneakers or when I do bushwalks. That's just I look like a bum sometimes. When I used to live in Hoedspruit and I go shopping and when they didn't know me yet, I think they thought, oh my God, she's gonna steal. I just I look like a bum. In the bush, you never it's pointless to wear very expensive. Everything gets dirty very quickly. It's muddy sometimes, or when it's rainy season, it's just you have to walk through mud a lot. But a bit fleshy. I like like golden horse. I never know. I don't know golden horse. I would love golden goose. Yeah, I just don't. For me, it's like this is already too much. Actually, I just really like not having to wear a lot of clothing. Just be because I've got like I crave sunlight. I crave warm weather, and I would preferably travel with it. So next year, I'm going to go back to the Lowveld. For those who live in South Africa, they know that it's the warmest area in South Africa. And for me, this is subtropical, but I find it a little bit too cold for me winter here. Our winter, that means. Oh, it's 19 degrees, but as you can see, I'm wearing this. So I actually left all these stuff behind, and then I just brought a little bit of clothing, but I already had to throw some stuff away because it got old, and here everything gets dirty and run down at some point if you know. So a golden goose sneaker. I promise you would love them. I'll Google them. I think old brands. We can if I go to a mall in Durban, I can get all the fancy brands. Golden goose sneakers. Let me have a look at them if they're my style. Yeah, I see it. Yeah. I don't think we can get them here. I can see it. Oh, they're about 900 US dollars. I don't want to spend that kind of money on a pair of sneakers. No, that's just not my thing anymore. I used to have I used to have expensive stuff, but I'm not interested. No, just give me a pair of. But I like how they look though. I like how they look. They look very old and run down. That's actually a look that I like. But I would rather have. It's just not worth it anymore because in the bush things get just. It's not worth it. Even sunglasses and glasses, I don't spend much money on them because either I sit on them, I scratch them. If I buy a pair of expensive sunglasses, I always lose them. I remember in Thailand, I had really expensive glasses, and I went to one of those fake stores and we on the street, and I was looking at some, and I put my expensive ones down, and I forgot about them, and then they probably sold my real glasses as something really expensive as cheap ones. I don't know. So I'm just not worth it. I'm just it's just Lance, listen, Lance, you don't have to do that. I appreciate it that you're here already. I would rather have you tell me that you bought your Louboutins. Let's do that first. You're gonna trade for yourself. You are going to get your Louboutins, and that would make me more. It would make me more happy if you tell me, hey, listen, I'm trading my funded, and I've got a payout. That will make me happy. But I don't care. Don't worry. I really don't care about these things anymore. I would find it much more. It would make me much happier if you would send me a message. Hey, listen, or even just a message like I'm trading my funded, but I'm just trading every day, and I just make only $10 per day, and I'm fine. I'm green, and I stop. It doesn't matter how much. But we need to get you over that fear of trying to, because you know what you're doing, right? So, but anyway, Lance, if I would wait if I were you after your wedding to start, think about maybe what you want to do. Because how many funded accounts do you have that you're not trading at the moment? Because you should have a few right now. You're leaving them. Are you not losing them if you don't trade them at some point? You need to be active at some point, 30 days or something. No, you don't have to. No, the best, the really, I'm honest if I'm saying like for me, the only thing that would really make me happy is that you would say, listen, I found a way. I'm disciplined now. I'm following rules. I'm rule based now. I am not afraid to trade my funded because I've got my risk management in order. I'm on my way to my payout, and I'm taking it very slow. I'm not doing any gambling on it, anything. So, when we talk about prop firms and consistency rules, so I notice also with myself, if I have a couple of good trades in a row, I get overconfident. So I'm going back after that happened last, was it 2 weeks ago? I had a really, really good week and I started getting overconfident and I gave back some money. And I was like, okay, I decided that I need consistency rules, as strange as it sounds, because that keeps me in check. So that means even though I have good trades, and let's say your consistency rules allows me to make on my 25K account, let's say I can go up to 700 bucks. My max is 700 bucks per account, so I can't go higher. So if I make that 700, I'm done. There is no way in my mind that I can get over, because if there's no consistency rule, it's infinite, right? I can make an infinite amount of money, and then I might go to that account where I don't have the consistency rules, and then that's the account that I gave the money back on, because I'm like, okay, you know what, I'm doing so well today. So that's something that I have to be aware of. So I'm actually going back to also have more consistency rules on my fundeds, because I'm like, you know what, that keeps me, because I mean, I don't need more than 700 bucks per account per day. But if there is no consistency, it just gives me the mindset that I can go, I need more. It just makes me, it just triggers my greed, if that makes sense. So I decided, and I was actually against that, to limit myself. And I think I answered that question as well. See how we're going lower. Let's see if we can go into this little yellow box here. And we reject here or go lower again. Yeah, so for me also, I noticed like, hey, maybe the consistency rule is not so bad, because I caught myself a few times last week giving money back, because I was like, oh my, I got overconfident again after doing really well, and I'm like, oh, maybe I need the consistency rules then also on, because I always want to have different evals, a different kind of accounts. And I'm like, yeah, maybe you need the consistency rule to keep. Maybe that's something I need to have also on my funded, because I always thought, I want no consistency. If the market goes really well, you don't, you can just trade another one with the consistency rule, and you just trade up to a certain level, and then you have to stop. So yeah, so I think I'm changing my mind on that. Also to prevent that trigger in my head. So so when I do the collaboration, which will start in August, I think I'll trade. I think I have to choose either 25K or 50K account. I'll do it live. And yeah, I think I think I'm going to steer away from. I've got my own live account which has no limitations, but from funded, from prop firms, I think I'll just go with consistency rules also in unfunded accounts, because I think I think I need that. I think that's good for me to have. So I don't, because I just caught myself about 2 or 3 times the last 2 or 3 weeks, and every time I gave money back, it was on that non-consistency rule account. So I'm like, okay, so yeah, enough is enough, right? And apparently I need to work on that. I wasn't losing anything because I was still green, but it was unnecessary. So I don't know. I think it's greed. It's a form of greed, isn't it? So nothing is enough. Number one, let you go. It's harmful to my trading. I'm a passive trader, unfortunately. Well, you need to change that. Yeah, so well, maybe it's a good thing for you as well then to have consistency rules. So it's just, this is what you can make and that's it, right? There's nothing more you can do. But hello, Mr. Illiquidity, how are you doing? But Lance, this is what you need to work on. I mean, it's important. It's if you want to be successful in trading, those are the things you need to work on. How can you help yourself, right? What do you need to do to get it to a working system? So I want to make more money with doing less. So that means I have to eliminate my losing trades. What are my losing trades this week or last week? Was getting overconfident. So maybe I'm going to skip my I'm not going to add. I only have my own account, which has no limits. But then from prop firms, I'm just going to have a consistency rule, or I'm going to build in my own consistency rule, or put it in my. Can I put that in trade of eight, a max amount of win? I think I'm going to just do that because I was against it, and someone asked me, and I said no. The more important, you should not limit yourself, but I guess I should. Yeah, and maybe it's a phase. Maybe in a month's time it'll be okay again or something. I don't know. Maybe it's something I need to work on or track. Why did it happen? Why did I do it? So, but yeah, I'm all good here. I have all 50K accounts passed except two 25Ks, and I might start down. But how many do you have, Lance? I have all. How much? How much is all? Now you have passed those, but if I would ask you in honesty, like how much did you fail to get to those parts? Is it equally as much, or did you have is it a higher win rate than? Oh, I'm embarrassed to say that. Okay, untouched with Lucy and T. Okay, under. Okay, no worries. Okay, no, oh sorry, I didn't read that. Okay, no worries. You don't have to answer it. Under 20 past Eva's waiting. Oh, under 20 past. Okay, I got you. Okay, well, don't worry. It's okay. Well, it just means that you have to work. You have to. Something needs to change. I mean, that's 20, and you have fear of trading them because you sort of like know what you are. It's a risk. You don't want to lose them. Yeah. Well, I would wait till after the wedding. I mean, just wait till after the wedding. But you need to think about it. You need to start thinking. Is anyone else here in the chat had the same issue that Lance is struggling with and has sorted it for himself? So meaning that, you know, well, I mean, like he says, I'm just quoting him, like Lance says himself. I just want to quote your own words. So winner tilts gets him, but also he says, nothing is enough. It's harmful to my trading. I'm a pass or fill type. So winning tilt, pass or fill type. Afraid to trade your. Did anyone in the chat have any experience with that and overcome it? And how did they do it? No, I don't copy. No, please, Lance, don't do that. Don't copy trade. Please don't copy trade. Just keep it one per time, because you don't want to copy trade yet. You need to be able to be successful with one account, then you go to two accounts. But I don't believe in those 20 account trading things. It's just, maybe if you're really experienced and know what you're doing, you can, but it's just very hard to, yeah. Okay, so now we're going lower. Time did the run start? Oh, we went low at 415. 0.5. Let's see. From my past experience, I found out that while managing different prop accounts is less than managing one personal account. I may be wrong, but it is what it is. Well, that's actually, so just focus on one account helped you instead of prop firms. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's also a good point. And I don't think it's just necessarily your own account, but just one. Just don't get too many accounts. Just focus on a very small amount and make that one work, right? It really forces you to apply rules. And if you lose your own account, it's just like really, you know, it's your own money. It's sort of like also hurts a little bit more, I guess. Okay, you know, these are 4-hour candles, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, and I call this 1-hour babies. We're just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. We're stuck between this end walk and this event horizon. As you can see, we're just tapping back and forth, back and forth. So even though it gives you still some trades, it's just, I'm just not interested. Leveraging profit is the answer to the day trading. I'd consider taking payout. Yeah, so I think both are a good thing, right? But I always say you trade prop firms, and with the money you make, you finance your own live account, because you prove to yourself that you can follow rules. Even though you have a live account, it means you still need rules. You still need to be rule based, but you're responsible for your own rules. No one is going to hold you accountable. So I actually like it that prop firms are rule based, because it teaches you to abide to their rules, but you also need those rules maybe a little bit different, maybe a little bit more flexible on your own account, because having no rules, you're going to blow your account. I mean, I've blown my own accounts. It all happened. And then I just decided, okay, I'm only going to fund my account with money made from prop firms. So I need to prove myself that I can do it. And it's yeah. So I think prop firms are very essential. But then again, now alpha futures is going down the drain. You just have to be aware that a lot of them don't have a long lifespan. So you don't want to build too big of a buffer. You would rather trade it, get to a faster payout, and don't build too many big buffers. So you're not like, screwed over by spending a lot of time building buffers, and then suddenly they bring you to live, and your buffer doesn't count anymore, or alpha futures now is down the drain. So, and my collaboration that I'm going to do, some of you already know which one it is, but they're very solvent. They have let their payout system and their financial structure, they're being reviewed by Deloitte. So, and they're very rule-based like I am, so it suits me very well. Well, every prop firm is rule-based, obviously, but I would rather have a collaboration with a firm that I know is also maybe less flashy, and so to speak, but more on quality and being trustworthy for the long run. That's very important for me. And yeah. I know they've been building on their foundation very, very hard this last year. So yeah, I think we suit each other very well. And I think it's added value for me. Also being connected business-wise to a company that where I feel comfortable with, and I know them. I've worked with them already in the past, so there's a level of trust, and we've both been growing in our own. We parted ways because we were all, they were the ones who pushed me to go solo, and now they're like, okay, you're going solo, we like it, and we want to work again together with you. And I'm, okay, wow, that's a circle just goes round, but just now in a different form, because they built a stronger foundation, and our identities are matching, I think. So I like it. I would never, I said I would not show any, just a prop firm just to have a code. I'll be really working. It's really a collaboration. It's not like, oh, use my code because I just want to make money off you guys. It's not that. It goes a little bit deeper, and I'm actually very excited for it. So that means Um, this year, because it's almost a year now that the channel has started, the community, like the community that we've been building here, that's the most important thing. But then also I have a little bit of a business. I'm attached business-wise to a community as well, so that also I really feel like I need that too a little bit. So that's just the two best worlds. So that really, yeah, that's something I'm looking forward to. It's all comes down to a sense of it's like you want to be connected and belong to. I don't want to say I'm a loner in a way, but yeah, I feel the need to, you know, you guys know what I'm talking about. So it's been an it's I believe August is exactly a year. I think so. I think I started in August. So that means it's 1 year anniversary almost. It's funny how fast time goes. Um, yeah, it's by BTC 1 minute just nuked the hell out of the buyers in Binance. Oh, did they? Oh, let's have a look at. Well, let's have a look at the at GC quickly and oil. I just want to have and we'll look at. I just want to see what oil. Okay, this is why I don't like gold. It is just in the range as well, and similar. Ugh, no, thank you. BTC. What happened with BTC? Well, beautiful, beautiful reaction here. Well, it looks still like we're in a. It still looks like a buy model though. It still looks like we are in. ICT wants it to go to zero so badly, but now Bank of America. Please see the. Oh, there's a different. Yeah, I know they're different. Yeah, let me see the Binance. Beautiful. I think it found a beautiful breaker here. It's respecting it. I think I don't. I mean, it's still the same, but you can see it's more spotty. I like the other one a little bit better. But yeah, it doesn't make me bearish, to be honest, if I see this. Not at all. Um, what's the oil again? Why can't I? What's crude oil? I forgot. CL. Oh my god, my brain is not working. I couldn't remember. MNQ. Okay, well, let's stick to NQ. Well, so we're just accumulating, guys. It is what it is. Nasty week on the bind. I see the fuckery. I would. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I just have it. But no. So what I want to say that Bank of America is going to use XRP and XLM. They are going to switch. So there is already mass adoption behind the scenes going on, and the Clarity Act is, well, for those who put on, Clarity Act is signed. So I think that the bull run is coming in at some point. But I wonder. I never liked BTC as an investment because I just don't see the utility of it. Now, in South Africa, they are using BTC a lot as for a payment. They are really trying to integrate BTC as payment options also for the more rural areas. But I mean, if you look at the utility of XLM, XRP, there's more, you really want to go, if you're an investor, you should go for a utility token, which really is going to have an adoption at some point. And if the banks in the US are really adopting already XLM and XRP, it's just the start of it. I mean, I think it's going to be massive at some point, but it's taking time. It's taking much longer than expected. Yeah, I don't day trade crypto anymore. I just have XRP. I've got some ETH. But I've invested a long time ago in 2018, 19. So XLM and XRP are my biggest positions, I believe. And I've got some ADA. What else do I have? I don't know. I have to look. I mean, I haven't watched it for a long time. I don't know if my ETH is very. I think my XRP and my XLM will do better, but we'll see. We'll see. At some point, we just have to wait. It's a long wait. It's a long wait. And this bear market was a little bit unexpected, in all honesty, right? Well, I wanted to go to the beach to see if there's any whales, but maybe I just should go for a quick walk, even though it's not so sunny. I want to see if there's any whales. Let me see. Apparently there was some breached whales this weekend, and I wasn't there. But hopefully they solved it. Yeah, not much trading wise to do. I guess the only trade was at London Open. If we go back in time, there was only this trade to the upside, and then we went back into consolidation. I don't feel any regret missing it. That's okay. Sometimes it's just is what it is. Oh, I'm still on. That's why I'm not getting any messages. Is because I'm on airplane mode. What time is it now? Almost 5 o'clock. Larry is my mechanical mentor. I started trading gold as well. Gold and Nasdaq. Okay. Okay, let me see if there's any news on the wheels. Um, water outage. Oh my God. Power outage again. I don't have any issues. We had a lot of power outages yesterday night as well, but it was very short-lived. There's a lot of issues with the power. Okay, I can't find anything. Okay, anyway, I just want to see if there's any real spotting to do. Otherwise, I might just stay in. Looks like it's gonna rain. Um, yeah, not much to do, guys. I really want to wait until either or the Asia high or low has been taken, because it's just, as you can see, we didn't go for Asia high, we didn't go for Asia low, and it's just consolidating back and forth, back and forth. So it's going to be an inside. I think we might have an inside day on the day. Let's see how we. Yeah, obviously we might have an inside day. We'll see. We're going to use this and maybe leave it. We'll see. Maybe it wants to go a little bit higher, but it looks bearish to me, right? We're going to get some continuation. Maybe not. Maybe we want to go higher. We'll see. Yeah, I love NQ. NQ, I mean, I'm very, I know, I just feel very comfortable with NQ because, you get to know the levels. You see things like this, like, I just know that I can trust those levels. You see how, um, and I'm getting better to know when to not to trade and sort of like prevent getting into a area of consolidation. So even though there's moves, I just don't want to be in, I call them 1 hour babies. Look how we've just been going back and forth in London. This is for me not a trading. I mean, I'm just not interested in an area like this. Hey, but we like AMD, so we are just at the A. That means we're gonna get an M, and then we wait for the D. We had days like this. We had like whole days lately that sometimes, even though in New York, it could just kept going like this. I mean, I can't remember, but it was ridiculous. We had Asia, no, London and full New York in a range. It just made the range a little bit wider in New York, and it just kept going back and forth. I think that was like a couple of weeks ago. And then we really had some nice trades after on Wednesday or Thursday. I have to go back, but so if that happens, you just have to try to stay out and just wait. We have no news week. We have hardly any news this week, so you just have to be patient and see what it does, because this can really chop you up. Because you think, oh my god, it's going to break out. Oh my god, it's going to go higher. It's going to take Asia high, and then people get chopped up. So this is one of Lance is the one who introduced the JOMO. So this was a JOMO move, joy of missing out. Joy of missing out, and I paper traded this in all being fully aware of the risk, and happy that I took it to see, okay, you know what, yeah, stopped out in profit, only commissions, paper trade only, to give me the intel, yeah, it's not going to give you your trade. So let's even, if it doesn't do it at this time, just forget about it. Am I interested in this move? Not really, no. So you know, it's you want to look for things and find logic, but it's just consolidating. Simple as that. And like Mr. Chaos already said, he wants to see either the Asia high or low being taken out, which I totally agree with. You just want to wait and then you JOMO until it takes one, and then you just watch. And if it continues high, you'll see. If it goes back into the range, you can attack the other side. That's how you can normally attack when you trade AMD. A lot of the time, it takes out one side and then it just goes for the other side. So I would from full. Let me just grab this one, guys. Okay, that was the wrong number, I guess. But it was a number that I had in my phone, so maybe it wasn't the wrong number. I have no idea. I have no idea. Yeah, guys. Hey, where's is Kay Mether? Are you here? I haven't seen Mether today. I hope he's okay. Mether, oh here he is. There you okay. Hey, Mether, how are you doing? Are you feeling better this week? It was really late, like 20 minutes ago. Well, you didn't miss anything. I mean, it's just consolidating. We just had one. There was only one move at 3 o'clock, which sort of like was the only move. I don't think you missed a lot. So just consolidating. Slowly improving, but oh, you needed antibiotics. So you really got a bad. You got it bad. Wow. Okay. Well, I hope you feel better this week. Yeah, when you need antibiotics, it has got you. Thank you, Mr. Illiquidity. We wish you also all the best with your trading today. Not only today, but always, obviously. So, so you know, also what I look for when this price action is like this, it's like it prints differently at sometimes. So when it's very spotty and it leaves all these openings and it gets very, you want to wait until price gets like non-spotty. Either also, it's, you know, you can see the difference at some point, right? It's barcoding or spotty. Like I'm on the 30 seconds, by the way, here. 30 seconds always spotty, but let me go to the 1 minute. You know, you can see the difference when you have these kind of candles all the time. When you have this, right, you can see. So like this, all these candles here. When I see that already, you know, I always say, you know, I saw this already before 3 o'clock. So I'm not interested. I'm gonna let this go. I'm not interested when I see this. Now, obviously, this wasn't a bad move, in all honesty, but just from my journaling, it just tells me it's better to stay out and let some moves just go, because I just don't like this if it's like this. Now, there was no imbalance left at 3 o'clock because it went lower here. When it took out this one, it actually gave the good trade. But then here again, you can see it does the same thing again, right? It gets spotty. So, but then you wait until maybe it closes up all those little imbalances, and then it might be. I don't see any imbalances now anymore. So maybe now the move might come at 5 o'clock. Well, I think maybe now might be the move to Asia high. Let's watch it for this macro. Let's just. Just want to see if we get. Let's go to the 9-minute. What's 3-minute? Market maker model. Beautiful. Buy side, sell side. Leaving liquidity, going into the gap here. You see this? This is actually an indication that it might not want to go higher now. This is for high resistance. And this is for later. So short term is not interesting anymore, but long term. This one didn't take out anything else. Yeah. Pre-market, I think pre-market will be more interesting. So I'm looking forward to pre-market prep, looking forward to New York, especially after a session like this. Just gonna see what the coming hours is going to give us. Let this just play out, let us do its thing. Three o'clock. We'll see. Okay, guys. Not much to do. Pre-market preppers, I'll see you at 8:50. Hey, yeah, Mr. Chaos, we'll see if we get your room up and running. I mean, sometimes it's just, you know, when it's really shitty price action, but we still need to hang in there. Just say hello and just give it a quick, give the room some, we should open up the room. You know, also like if price action is not good, you can still backtest together or talk about price action. Maybe go over, you know, the possible trades that were there, you know, learn from it. If maybe there was a trade or there was a losing trade, what happened, why did it happen? It might help. So we'll keep in touch. Yeah, I'm thinking about my kitty catty. They need some food. I need some food as well. I don't eat in the morning straight away. I try to eat a little bit later in the morning. So now it's time for my breakfast. So and so now I really feel like I really look forward to a meal. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, London again. Yeah, tomorrow is Tuesday. Yeah, tomorrow I want to maybe I'll start a little bit earlier because of the news in GBP. I'm gonna change the time straight away. I've got a student at 12 o'clock my time, so I can start. I just want to make sure. Yeah, let me make sure. Thanks, Lance. I appreciate it. You know. Well, I mean, don't worry about me. Worry about yourself. I don't like the weather. It's too gray. I'll just go to my rooftop with my binoculars, see if I can see any whales. I'll just watch the pre-market and journal a little bit more. And I also need to prepare something for one of my students. So I'll just use the time and I'll change the stream tomorrow to half an hour earlier so we can prepare. Tomorrow is the 21st. Yeah, so tomorrow will be earlier stream. because of the news. I'll make it 1:30. So the times might differ a little bit, guys. I have to be a little bit more flexible. 31st, yes. Okay, safe. Tomorrow 1:30. Let's see if we can get a nice trade with that news driver and maybe position ourselves ahead of it. So I want to try to do that. So that's important. Lens, no, I have to drive. The test is going to be the 11th of August. So I already passed the exam on the computer. Now the 11th of August, I've got the driving test. So I told a driver instructor, I said, listen, I'm driving here, but he says, no, I only want to drive just before your test date. So he doesn't allow me to drive now. He doesn't want to take any lessons with me. He says, no, just wait just in front of before the lessons. So I have to wait until the beginning of August because I'm already driving. But I hope then I will pass it in one time. And then it's, I mean, it would be bad if I not pass and drive away in my car, right? Because I'm going to go with my car somewhere and I do the test. And then if I fail, then I drive off in my car on another driving license. That would be very shameful, I guess. But yeah, I'm sort of like thinking I can't fail that test, but you never know. I can do one little thing and maybe not look in the mirror when I have to, because when you drive you don't look in the mirror as many times as you do have to. When you get used to driving, you don't always follow the rules as strictly as you should, right? Not after so many years. But listen, I'm noticing now signs that I never noticed before, and I was like, oh, I never saw that sign before, but because I did the test now, I'm like, oh, I know what it means now. I never had any idea what those meant. So I think I learned something. Yeah. So it wouldn't be bad, I think, once in a while to go through this. I'm like, oh, that's the sign for the minimum speed. Oh, not the maximum. Oh, okay, well. Okay, well, anyway, enough about that, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna stop looking at this consolidation, and I will see you tomorrow. And pre-market preppers, I'll see you later. So tomorrow 1:30 Eastern, a little bit earlier, and London again. And I am thinking about maybe to do something in the PM session, public. But well, I'm just trying to maybe make London a little bit shorter, just try to get the shorter, and then maybe do PM session a little bit, because I really like PM session, but we'll see. We'll see. We're going to try and make it work. Hey, Metha, you get better, get better soon. Hope you feel better and that the antibiotics do their thing. And yeah, don't trade when you're sick. Don't do it, because your brain just doesn't work as well as it should. So. Or maybe your brain does, mine doesn't. But anyway, guys, I see you tomorrow. Pre-market preps, I see you later today. And stay safe. No over trading, just wait for the right setup. Ciao, ciao, guys. I love you.